Well, first of all, the Democratic majority has failed also in addition to its failure to roll back the intrusions into our civil liberties, they also have failed to repeal the Bush tax cuts, which give an inordinate share of the national income to the wealthiest people in the country, and who are also among the wealthiest people on the planet. So first of all, we could probably get about $100 billion if we just were to roll back the Bush tax cuts on the top 1%. Just imagine what we could do with $100 billion. If we were to roll back the entire Bush tax cuts, we could probably reap about $300 billion. That's not chump change anymore. That is money that can consist of a down payment on trying to move into balancing our budget, or that could go to the programs, the social programs that help people in distress. What we've also seen, unfortunately, is the most massive loss of wealth experienced in the history of the United States by African Americans. African Americans in the subprime mortgage crisis have lost about $92 billion. The Latino community has lost about $98 billion. Now, it's not just the loss of dollars that's important. It's the pain and suffering that's being visited to communities. Now, why is that? It's not the fault of the people who were told that in order to build wealth, the best mechanism for wealth building is home ownership. And so they put their hard-earned dollars together and they purchased homes. And those homes represented all of their dreams about what they could do to build wealth, to pass that wealth down to their children. And now that's being taken away from them. And why is it being taken away from them? Not because they had a dream, but because other folks had a scheme. Other folks had a scheme to charge the highest rates in order to help or try and help people achieve the dream. And so we've got banks that have done extremely well. We've got the CEOs of these banks who make upwards of $20 million. And no one's asking them to tighten their belt. No one's asking them to do anything but, and in fact, most of their money then gets put in tax havens, and they don't even pay their fair share in taxes. And if we're talking about Social Security, of course, we know that Social Security taxes don't even cover the entire $22 million or so of these people who have these huge incomes. One of the things that I think we have to do is to extend the Social Security taxes that are paid all the way up the line of income that is earned by particularly those who are in the $1 million and multi-million-dollar income range. One of the things that I think it's important for us to certainly pay attention to is the impact on jobs of the free trade pacts, is the impact on jobs of the free trade pacts that have been passed into law now, CAFTA, NAFTA, AFTA, well, worse after CAFTA and NAFTA. If we even look at my own experience in the state of my birth, in the state of Georgia, where we had women who were able to sustain families really on the income that they earned in the textile mills, the cut and sew factories that dotted the rural south of Georgia. But after the passage of NAFTA, what we saw was those factories shut down and then moved overseas. That's why I introduced legislation to take the tax break away from corporations that would dare to move manufacturing jobs overseas or any jobs overseas. And of course, that was a bit of legislation that I introduced and sponsored, but unfortunately, we didn't get it passed. And so corporations get a tax break. It's a part of the corporate welfare. That's another thing. How many millions of dollars could be saved if we just closed the corporate welfare loopholes?